Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. How are you doing? Welcome to the Church of RNK. This is Rosemary, Nonny. Such a pleasure. Pleasure to have you here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I thought I'd break away from cooking. Oh, I know. Every so often I have to do those normal things. Basically, break away from cooking and come and do this and hope that the food doesn't kind of like burn in the middle. Because I am that person. I am that person who burns food, even if I'm standing right next to it. I am that person that somehow kind of gets lost in my own little world, like I'm doing right now, basically. And then everything kind of just goes to, I don't know, this chaos kind of left in my wake. Ultimately, thankfully, I have lots of lovely, awesome people who pick up stuff. Say hello, say hello, say hello, say hello. There's a few of you on here now. Say hello. I want to know who you are. I want to know who you are. I want to know who you are. Tell me who you are. I'm going to share this thing. You can share it too. We're going to talk about the struggle. Hello, Toto. Lovely to have you here. How are you, Mr. Man? Okay, so yes, we're going to be talking about whether you're holding on to the struggle. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. That is just too awesome of you. So everybody else, tell me who you are. Come on now, let's have a conversation. Are you holding on to the struggle? Are you finding it difficult to move forward in the way that you'd like to? Hello to Musime. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, or Abel, basically. Lovely to have you on here as well. Thank you for saying hi. Now you can share it too, let's keep the trend going. Basically, but anyway, yes, are you holding on to the struggle? Are you holding on to a struggle for much longer than you really should be? Do you even know? Sometimes, it's actually, what is it about today? Whether you're holding on to the struggle, that's what it's about today. And letting go of whatever struggle you're going through. Sometimes we have the power to do that. Sometimes we don't know we have the power to do that though, because it feels like this struggle is something that you've kind of been recycling in your life for a very, very long time. And so it can get a little bit like, this is my norm. This is my norm. This is what always happens. And so there's no other way to live with it. In fact, I wrote a post earlier. I might put it on the page later, which is all about the roles that you play. For a lot of people, they think their role in life is set. There is no change. This is it. This is my role in life. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And there is no other way around it. And if you have that kind of thinking, and you say things like, well, it's just the way I am. Well, that's what you get. That's the incredible thing, is that you will get what you expect to get. That's the thing. So I could tell you, no, there's another way to live. But if you don't believe me, you will just keep getting the same results. And so you are holding on to the struggle. Today, anyway, I was reading, I don't know if anybody's watched The Prince of Egypt. Has anybody watched The Prince of Egypt? You can all, I don't know, is it a thing? Because I watch cartoons. Does anybody else watch cartoons? But it was by, it was by DreamWorks or something. So, so maybe people watched it apart from me. Anyway, it was The Prince of Egypt. And I was also reading about the whole Israelites Egypt thing. Now, I don't care what you believe about it or not, but I was reading about it today. And it was, and so it's this whole story of how the Israelites were working very hard. Routine. What is routine? What do you mean when you say routine, Toto? It's the Israelites were working very hard. In fact, they were slaves. They were slaves for the Egyptians. Okay. Now and then God sends Moses to come and save the day, man. And Moses comes along with his brother Aaron to tell Pharaoh, "You must let my people go." I'm sure everybody sung the song. When let my people go, let my people go, something like that. Okay. Now our affirmation for today actually is I let go, but I'm not sure if I remember the tune, so I may play it or I may not. I just want to talk this through before my food burns. Anyway, so Moses and Aaron, they go over to Pharaoh. Share. Say who you are as you come on. Tell me who you are. Let's have a conversation. Are you holding on to the struggle beyond what you need to? So I'm going to be telling this because, in this story with Pharaoh and Moses and Aaron, his brother, telling him to let the Israelites go. And the Israelites, Pharaoh is the bad guy, okay? But I'm going to be telling it mostly from Pharaoh's point of view here. Basically, because this is it. Pharaoh was all he knows is that these people, because he was probably born when they were slaves. I don't know. I'm just making up the story as well. I'm taking artistic license to suit my point, I think. But ultimately, he grew up. He became pharaoh, and all the while he was alive, these Egyptians or Israelites had been the slaves of the Egyptians. He didn't know any better. He didn't know any other way. That was the way he was brought up. That was his norm. Just the same as I was saying earlier. Some of y'all, you have a norm. You have a role that you play all the time. Routine. You have a routine that you don't want to break free of, okay? And that could be causing your struggles because you think that the routine is the only way in order that you can live your life, okay? But I'm here to tell you that if you don't like your routine, if you don't like the way your life is playing out, if you don't like the regular, the norm, you get to choose to change it, okay? You get to choose to change it, but you will not change it if you think there is no other way. But I'm here to remind you that there is another way. You get to choose the other way. You are the one that gets to decide what the other way is going to be. Okay? So you decide you want to work for somebody else. Okay? Well, guess who gets to choose whether you do that or not? You! It's like I was a pharmacist for a very long time. I didn't want to work for anybody. I was fed up of it. And I didn't do anything about it for a very, very long time because that was my norm. That was my norm. My norm was to turn up at my pharmacy, you know, do my pharmacy thing, be the pharmacist, look good in my suit, basically, and all of this, and be respected as a solid member of the community. And that I didn't want to change. I was very proud of my title. I worked hard for it. And some of y'all, that is the truth as well. You've worked hard for the life that you have. Do the same thing every day. Yeah, well, you don't have to do the same thing every day, Toto. You could change what the same thing is and do something different if you want a different result. But if you keep doing the same thing every day, you keep getting the exact same results. In fact, they generally tend to get worse, actually. And that goes for everyone, okay? And same with me, when I was doing the pharmacy thing, it's not a bad thing, you know? The pay's good. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just not it's not mean. It's not mean. So coming back to Pharaoh. Pharaoh, this was his norm. His norm was that Israelites worked for him, basically, and he killed their children for no apparent reason. You know, it was just his norm. Crazy dude. But it was his norm, okay? And so there was this whole process of if you want to change job, change job. If you want to change relationship, you can change relationship. You can change practically anything in your life. Most people are quite scared to do it, though, so they stay stuck because that is their role. The same thing happened with this Pharaoh dude. Ultimately, even though his whole nation was being destroyed by all the plagues and all the different things that God was sending to punish him and this and that, the other, so he could let these people go. I wouldn't change my wife quite so simply, but then at the same time, you know, some things you just need to work out. You need to work it out. You need to work out the relationship, or you need to work out, maybe you need to change the way you are in the relationship, Toto, or religion, whatever. Okay, you change whatever. Anyway. So Pharaoh, he was used to things the way they were. And he didn't want to change them, okay? And so in comes this Moses and this Aaron person trying to tell him that he's supposed to give up all the people who are making his nation great. He's supposed to allow them to leave with everything. It's scary, man. It's scary. And so, you know, there was some resistance. There was a lot of resistance. In fact, so much resistance that he became stupid, actually. Because, and in fact, his advisors even had to come into the picture and say, honey, the nation is being destroyed the longer you stay stubborn trying to hold on to the way things were. Things are changing. Are you going to change as well? But he didn't want to because, again, this was his norm. So again, I ask you, are you holding on to the struggle because this is your norm? So things are changing around you, but you don't change because it's too unfamiliar. It's like, how am I supposed to start building my nation again now that I'm giving away all my workers? Are you kidding me? What am I supposed to do? My Egypt could destroy itself. And now I'm supposed to what? Hand away the workers that are keeping the whole thing going? There has to be another way. But there wasn't another way because change had come. Change had come to find him in his own house. And he didn't want to let go. He didn't want to let go, even though all around him, everything that he held dear was being destroyed. His water was being turned into blood. Sticks were turning into snakes. Locusts were coming around and eating everything. Frogs coming out of the Nile, destroying everything, jumping around everywhere, being all gross and disgusting. all of that stuff was happening. And yet he held on. He kept holding on to the familiar. Even though the familiar didn't even feel that good anymore. In fact, I haven't even read this far, but in fact, he held on so long that he lost his child. He lost his child because he couldn't bear the idea of letting go of the familiar. Are you holding on too tightly to your familiar? Is your life so, this is what I do every day, this is who I am, there's nothing I can do about it? So much that even though the world around you is changing, you refuse to change. It's like we see people, and I don't make light of life circumstances. You get made redundant, or you get sacked, or something happens, blah, 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 but change has happened. But you are desperately trying to hold on to the way things were. You know how older people always say, and in fact, I sometimes catch myself saying this, yeah, it was so much better in the olden days. when children knew their place, and this and that and the other, and you start saying these things because you're holding on to what wasn't even that great. It wasn't even great when you were living it, but it was familiar. It was familiar. And so you keep holding on to it. So you're holding on to your struggle. And I'm asking you to let go. There are certain things in your life that if you are stuck right now, and it might be a blind spot, you might not even know that you're doing this to yourself, but you are. You can see that everything is changing. It's like the business owner who refuses to notice that everything is going online. And so he's trying desperately, or she, trying desperately to keep their business going when, you need to have an online presence. And there's so many business owners right now that don't have online presences. Is that even a word, presences? There are so many people because they're trying desperately to hold on to the old ways, and then they're complaining that, business is slow, business is not working the way they would like it to. That's because you are holding on to your struggle instead of letting it go. You are holding on to the old ways instead of recognizing it's time to step into the new. And so, yes, you hold on to your struggle so long that it almost like destroys you. In fact, in some cases, it does destroy people. You get the people, buy from your local, buy local, or buy from your small shop or something instead of the local Walmart that opened up down the road. Don't go there. No, keep coming back to me. But why should I? Why should I? Change has come, shop owner. Are you changing with the times? Are you doing, because the truth of the matter is that there are still small businesses, okay, that a local Walmart or Tesco or whatever will come and open, and it doesn't shut them down because they have to change with the times. Instead of holding on to their vision of what it should be, instead of seeing what it is. Right now, it's like Pharaoh. He didn't want to see that his nation was being destroyed because he was trying to hold on to the way things were. Things have changed. Where have things changed in your life? And you are trying to hold on to the way you think they should be. But they're not that way. They're not. You have to open your eyes and see what is. What is happening right now. It doesn't matter what you think should be happening. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday or the day before. What is happening right now? And are you changing with the times? Are you allowing the change to happen? Because you can't stop it. You can't stop it. So you need to move with the times, man. I think somebody shared this. Wilhelmina, thank you. If this is the one you shared, then thank you. I'm not sure which one you shared, but thank you. So, you can't stop change. You gotta roll with it, man. You gotta be resilient. Resilient, move with the times. You cannot be solid like a rock, because you will be broken, whether you like it or not. So you're holding on to your struggle. It's like for me, I was that pharmacist. I knew that this wasn't the thing that I was supposed to be doing. It took bankruptcy. It took depression. It broke me. I learned to be resilient rather than inflexible, because I'd been brought up to think there was only one way for me to create a life, and it was that I had to be a pharmacist, And then I had to do all the fun stuff that I wanted to do some other time around being a pharmacist. It didn't work for me. And if you are one of the 334K, if you are a history maker, stroke deliberate millionaire, whatever you wish to call yourself today, it won't work for you. You will find that you struggle. You struggle in the life that you are trying so hard to maintain. Change has come. You keep listening to the things I say and they're like, oh my God, they're stirring something up in you. In fact, for some of y'all, you get angry and you decide that you're going to stop listening to me because you don't, you don't want to hear. But honey, the whispers have started. There ain't no turning away from them. Change has come. Don't live in the past, Toto says. Absolutely. It is time to let go. Let go. Let go so that you can step into the new. It's like, you know what, before change came fully for me and, bankruptcy and depression happened, I could have, actually stuck with building a business on the side, building a business of my, my choosing on the side. But I felt afraid. And so whenever I got afraid, whenever I had to do anything scary, I'd quit. And I'd always try and start businesses that weren't actually my purpose kind of business because they seemed safe. But then they were boring. It's like going from one boring job into one boring business. Why would I want to do that? So it wasn't particularly inspiring to try. Basically, and some of y'all are doing that too because we're very practical people. Very practical people we are. And so when the call of purpose and the call of calling comes through, there's a part of you that is like, it's not practical. There's no way I can make this thing work. I want to write books, but who makes money writing books? I'm not, what's her name? The girl that wrote, or the woman that wrote Harry Potter. I'm not her. And so how dare I think that I could write books that would actually change people's hearts or entertain people or in some way inform people and that they would buy it from me. No, I better just do this crazy business over here that looks as if it's a sure thing for making money. And then you just jump from one crazy position into another crazy position and you still don't like it because you didn't see what was, which is that the call of your purpose is calling you. There's no pretend I'm going to just go and do this sideways thing over here. The chances are you will fail because you will sabotage yourself. You'll be doing it to yourself as well, just like Pharaoh. He could see everything falling down around him, but he's trying so hard to hold on to his idea of the way life should be. You are trying so hard to hold on to your idea of what is practical and what is responsible instead of owning the fact that, you know what, it doesn't even matter what you think or how you were trained into thinking. There is a call inside of you and there ain't no ignoring it. Okay? You can try, but all you get is, fatter, more sad, more arguments, more listening to the news and politicians and thinking, oh my God, I feel so helpless. Because change is coming and you ain't responding. You are holding on to the struggle instead of letting it go. I didn't even think I'd say all of this. But that's it. I had a lots of points for you. But I think that point is enough for today. So where are you holding on to the struggle because you refuse to change? Because you think that, okay, the way I've always done it is the way it must always be done. Are you like Pharaoh, trying to hold on to something that is destroying itself right in front of your eyes? And instead of you to see it for what it is, you keep trying to hold on. Or are you listening to me and there's a part of you that knows that what I'm saying is true, but you can't quite pinpoint it because you have blind spots. I keep telling you guys that some of y'all have blind spots that you cannot see on your own. You cannot see on your own, and all around you are people who have all lived in the same environment as you, doing the same stuff as you, expecting you to stay in your little box so they can't tell you either. But instead of reaching out for support, you listen to me all the time, and instead of reaching out for support, you're just like, oh no, I'll figure it out, it'll be fine, after all my father did it this way, and my mother did it this way, and all those people are doing it this way, so it must be fine this way. Supposing it is not fine for you. When will you own up to the fact that you're holding on to struggle when you don't have to? This is my invitation to you before I have to go and cook my food. Basically, which had better not be burning in my absence. Let's have a conversation, you and I. Let you and I have a conversation. If something about what I've said this evening or afternoon, wherever you are, or in the middle of the night, has resonated in your heart, and you know that there's a part of you that feels as if you're holding on to a struggle that is no longer yours, let's have a talk. I have super laser eyes. I can see things sometimes that when you're in the middle of your own life, you can't see. And I have no agenda other than helping you see, so that you can then do something about it. So, all you need to do, and I'm going to type this in here, is go over to Rosemary Nonny Night. Where are we? RosemaryNonnyNight.com/freedom session. Freedom session! I'm going to apply for a conversation with me. Okay? Ooh, no, it's gone. Where's it gone? I just typed it in and then it disappeared. I'll type it in on the computer. Obviously, Facebook has decided it doesn't like my comment, so I shall type it in again. And yes, if I haven't responded to any of your comments, that would be why. It's because I did not see it. So, let's try this again from the computer this time. Yeah, it's on the computer. Oh yeah, it's come through. Okay, so let's have a conversation, you and I. Let's talk. I call it the Freedom and Strategy session. Let's free you from the things that are holding you bound in place and causing you to be struggling all the time. And let's put a strategy in place for you to make the shift. Okay? So it's a Freedom and Strategy session. You go over to RosemaryNonnyNight.com/freedom session and apply. Okay? There's a bit of an application form there. You fill it in. I get it. I give you a call. I can be quick, I can be slow, we'll see. But I'll generally give you a call within a few hours or a few minutes, who knows. Just make sure you answer the phone. Okay? It isn't for everyone. I will not respond to everyone. You must fill in the form, suitably. Whatever suitably means, just tell the truth. Okay? And then we can have a conversation. If you've been hearing what I'm saying here and you feel as if there are areas of your life where you're holding on to the struggle, you know you're born for something. You know you're born to make a difference to a lot of people and to create wealth. Okay? Because sometimes people get all, especially spirit-driven people, you get all like, oh, I don't want to talk about money, and I don't want to, you need to eat. Your family needs to eat. And you know what? I think it's selfish to only have just enough for you and your family when you are capable of creating an abundance. So we go for the abundance, honey. Okay? And I can help you figure out how to take the call on your life and figure out how to create wealth around it so that you are living a purpose-driven life and also taking care of your responsibilities. Okay? But let's have a talk. Let's see where you're holding yourself back so that we can let go of that stuff and you start to move into the call on your life. You start to create the wealth. You start to make the difference you know you're born to make. It may be that you want to write books, maybe music, it may be art, it may be products that you want to sell, okay? You're passionate about beauty, or you're passionate about toys, or whatever. Or this is a service. You're a nutritionist, you're a Reiki person, you're a psychic, you're a healer in some way, whatever it is. Or you're a regular, regular psychotherapist or something, psychologist or whatever. Ultimately, you know you have something and you would like to put it into the world on your own terms. Okay, rather than being told what to do and when to do it and who to do it with and all of that stuff, you want to create something of your own. If that is you, then pop over to RosemaryNonnyNight.com/freedom session. Let's have a conversation. It is in fact time to fight for and to deliberately design the life you're born to live because you absolutely want to. And Toto, yeah, if you can find your way over into the UK, I'll give you some food, man. I'll be hospitable to you. Okay, but in the meantime, I have to go and do one of those things that I don't always like doing. Truth be told, I don't. No, I don't. There was a bit of an argument around, I had a post about the fact that, growing up, I'm African, for goodness sake. My parents, my mom kept trying to train me to be a good African girl. but I wanted to read, and I wanted to play music, and I wanted to do all of that stuff. It was just boring. The idea of cooking and cleaning, oh my gosh, so many arguments erupted from this. And I'm a rebellious type. So if she tried to be too forceful with me, I'd find all kinds of excuses to just not show up, basically. So yes, I somehow escaped all of that. But you know what? I'm a mom now. There are certain things sometimes. Thankfully, my husband is awesome, so he does it too. Share it in this house. Oh yeah. Okay, anyway, so yes, I'm going to do the dreaded cooking. It is in fact time again to say, go forth and prosper. Much love, my honeys. This has been the Church of RNK. I'm Rosemary Nonny Knight, and it's been an absolute pleasure to hang out with all y'all. I will speak to you soon. Do share, share, share. And if you're not subscribed to my Church of RNK, you should be. Okay? So subscribe to Church of RNK. Also share it. That would be really awesome. And of course, feel free to put any comments you like in there. I'll come back to them after I cook my dinner. It's been a pleasure. Until the next time. Much love. There I was with my guitar. I was going to play. Should I? You know what? We have one affirmation. Do I remember it? I let go. I let go. It's I let go. I let go. I let go. So this whole thing has been about letting go, right? I let go of anything that holds me back. I let go to make space for the good things. I let go. I release. I release. I let go. Much love, sweets. I shall speak to you all soon. Have a great whatever the rest of the day is for you, okay? Much love. Bye.